Hello, everyone. I designed today's class to really help us boost our confidence and willpower. We'll be working on this by opening and activating the solar plexus chakra. So to begin, just have a block. If you do not have a block, we'll be practicing Ardha Chandrasana. So if you don't have a block, you'll just hold triangle pose. So you can still do this practice if you don't have a block, but if you would like to practice Ardha Chandrasana with me, please have a block handy. Maybe have a cushion to sit on for the beginning and for the end of class. And we're going to open by just taking a little meditation. So bring your palms face up on the thighs and close the eyes if that's comfortable for you. Breathing deep in and out through the nose, feeling the belly fill up with air. Exhaling completely. And bringing your attention to this navel center, just above the navel. And imagine with each breath, you're kind of fanning this center. This is the center of fires of digestion within the body. So it's represented by fire. So with each breath, we're just fanning this flame of courage, motivation, and self-confidence. And just take a few more breaths here with your attention in this space. Just two more breaths. You can gently blink the eyes back open if they were closed. We're going to open up the side body with some side bends. So let's inhale, reach both arms up overhead. Exhale, bring your right arm down, left arm over, bicep along the ear, keeping that left hip down on the mat. Another big inhale and exhale. Let your next inhale bring your both arms up, and exhale, floating to the other side. Same thing. Again, keeping your attention in the solar plexus region, feeling it open from side to side. Next inhale, reaching both arms up. And then exhale, bring your hands through to prayer. We're going to shift into Navasana, or boat pose. So you can, if you were sitting up on a cushion, you can move that out of the way and turn to the side. You can keep your feet down flat on the mat if you like. Bring your hands to prayer, roll the shoulder blades back, and then pull the torso back about 45 degrees. Well, if you are comfortable in boat pose, you can always bring your feet up as well for an added challenge. And we're going to take a few twists here. So you're going to twist to the left and then twist to the right. So you're inhaling to center, and as you exhale, twist. Moving with your breath. One more on each side. And then coming back up to neutral. Let's shift now into sitting on your heels. You can stay facing the long edge of the mat. And as you inhale, reach both arms up and come up to sitting on your knees. Hands come through prayer. And extend your right leg out to the side, toes pointing towards the long edge of the mat. So your foot is parallel to the short edge. Inhale, reach both arms up. And then exhale, lean over towards that extended leg. You can put your right hand on your hip, or you can just rest it face up. Don't press into your knee or anything. And on an inhale, reach both arms up overhead. Exhale, gently moving over towards the left now. So using your fingertips, catch yourself and come into a modified side plank, reaching that right arm up. And then on an exhale, reach that right arm forward so your bicep is along the ear, finding a nice long diagonal line all the way from your fingertips to your ankle. Good. Let's inhale, arm comes straight back up again. And now for an added challenge to kind of prep us for Ardha Chandrasana, lift that back heel up so your back leg is parallel to the mat. Squeezing the glutes, squeezing the abs, and exhale, lower that back down. And then exhale, sweep the arm, top arm back and forward so you come into a tabletop pose. Making any movements that feel good here, maybe hip circles. From here, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Maybe pedaling out the legs if that feels good. And walking your hands or your feet forward towards your hands. Take a forward fold. Now bring your toes closer together, heels slightly apart, feet are parallel, coming into our chair pose. So pressing the thighs together, lift the torso up and away from your thighs. When you look down, you should be able to see your toes. Scooping the abs up and in, really feeling that here and sinking the hips even lower. Let's inhale, come to straighten both legs, Tadasana. You can bring your feet back hip width apart. You can inhale, reach your both arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Then exhale, plant your palms, step it back to tabletop pose. And then come back to sitting on your heels, palms face up. Notice how you feel. Let's do the same thing on the other side now. So inhale, sweep both arms up to come up to sitting on your knees. Exhale, hands to prayer. You can walk yourself so you're facing the long edge of the mat again. And this time extending the left leg out for your gate pose. Inhale, reach both arms up. And exhale, leaning over towards the left. Inhale, reach both arms up. And then exhale, coming into your modified side plank. Right fingertips coming down and left fingertips pointing straight up to the sky. And taking a big breath here. And then on your next exhale, reach that left arm forward, bicep towards the ear. Draping yourself over that standing leg. Inhale, reach that left arm up again. Exhale here. And on your next big breath in, squeeze the glutes and the thighs and lift that back leg up. I'm trying to make it parallel. Keeping that back foot flex is really a good idea here. Keeping the whole leg activated. Then exhale, you can lower that down. Inhale. Then exhale, sweep that top arm back and forward, coming into tabletop pose. Again, making any movements here that feel right. Maybe even shaking that leg out if you need to. And coming again into downward facing dog, tucking the toes under and lifting the hips up, finding a nice diagonal line from the tailbone all the way to the fingertips. Let's walk the feet forward and meet the hands. Hang forward in your forward fold. Bring the toes together, heels apart, coming up into your chair pose, Utkatasana. Finding a lot of strength here in the whole body, legs, abs, feet. And on your next in-breath, you can straighten both legs, coming into Tadasana. Finding your center of balance. Come directly under the crown of your head, in between your feet. Let's inhale, sweep both arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lifting halfway. Exhale, plant the palms, step it back into your tabletop pose, and come to sitting on your heels again. Maybe palms face up and noticing how you feel. And let's walk the hands back forward to our tabletop pose. Tucking the toes under for down dog. And pedaling out the legs again. Take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale, sigh out the mouth. letting any negative energy drop out to the top of your head. Let's walk the feet forward again towards the hands. Toes together, heels apart. Taking one more chair pose. Let's inhale up. Sink your seat lower than you think you can. And if you like, you can just stay here. Otherwise, similar to what we did in Navasana, you can take little twists here. So inhale forward and exhale, twisting to the left. Inhale forward and exhale, twist to the right. If you like this. Trying to make sure that your knees stay in one line. Probably the most challenging part in this while we're moving. One more on each side. Let's inhale, reach both arms up, straighten the legs, and exhale, hands come through to prayer. Turn to face the long edge of your mat and bring your feet nice and wide, about a leg distance apart from each other. If you have your block, grab that and keep it in your right hand. We're going to take triangle pose. So let's turn the right toes forward to face the short edge of the mat. And I want your heel and your the center, the arch of your foot to be bisecting each other. So let's inhale, reach the arms out to the sides, and exhale, lean over towards the right, triangle pose. If you're using your block, that's really nice to hold on to. Otherwise, if you don't have your block, you can always just use the leg. I like to rub the top of my hand along the inseam of that leg until I come down as far as is comfortable. Trying to stack the shoulders. Let's inhale, come back up, reaching the arms out and reverse that triangle. So bring your left arm to the thigh and reach that right arm up. On your next exhale, come back into triangle. So just swimming back and forth here. And this time on an exhale, if you like, you can bring your bicep closer to the ear, reaching that left arm forward. Trying to keep your shoulder back, like down behind your heart, not reaching it up towards your ear. Inhale, reach that right arm, left arm up. And then on your next inhale, lifting the torso up, pushing into both feet and reversing the triangle one more time. Exhale, come back up to stand, reaching both arms out to the sides. And if you like, you try your Ardha Chandrasana. You can toe heel this back foot forward about a foot. Kind of bend into this front foot. Maybe bring the toes to point towards that front, like about 45 degrees out. Place your block on the highest level, about a foot in front of your foot. So mine lands in front of my mat. And then similar to what we did in our modified side plank, lifting that back heel up, straightening that front leg, trying to stack the shoulders, Ardha Chandrasana. Really flexing that back foot, finding a lot of energy from the crown of head into the heel of that back foot. Holding for just as long as is comfortable. You can exhale, lower that back foot down, bending the front knee. And come into a warrior two, so you can reposition that front foot so your toes are pointed towards the front edge of the mat, extending your arms out. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Parallel your feet and fold straight forward. I really like having the block here when I'm in a forward fold because it helps my arms to not be pulling down on my shoulders. So my shoulders can be up behind my heart and I can still fold forward, let my head hang heavy, let the spine expand. Maybe sway side to side if that feels good. Let's inhale, bring your torso parallel to the mat. And if you're using your block, you can take a twist here. So place your left arm down, right arm up overhead, twisting out to the right. Exhale, replace your left arm with your right and twist out to the left. Exhale, untwist. Place both palms on your hips and push into both feet to lift your torso back up to neutral, coming all the way to stand. Take a breath or two here. Notice how you feel. And we'll be taking the same sequence on the other side. So grabbing your block again, holding it in your left arm now. Turn your left toes forward. Inhale, reach both arms out to the sides. Exhale, triangle pose. Feeling the left shoulder and the left hip moving away from each other. Shining your heart forward and maybe even slightly upward. And breathing deep into the solar plexus. Feeling it widen at the side. Inhale, pressing into both feet. Lift your torso back up and reverse your triangle. Inhale again, lifting up, reaching both arms out. And exhale, coming back into your triangle. Inhale deep. And on an exhale, you can reach that right arm forward, bicep closer to the ear, finding a deeper extension. Inhale, reach that right arm back up. Exhale here. And inhale, pushing into both feet. Reverse your triangle once more. Inhale, come back up, reaching both arms out. And again, if you're coming into Ardha Chandrasana, same thing. Bring the back toes in, heel toe that back foot in about a foot or so. Slight bend in the front foot, pointing the toes towards the front corner. Place your block down and lift that arm up, lifting that leg up. Ardha Chandrasana on the second side. Finding your balance. If you fall out of it, just be careful. Make sure you're aware of your surroundings. If you have a wall nearby, that can help too. You can always grab onto that when you're practicing this pose. Another breath or so practicing this pose. And exhale, gently place the back foot down and come into your warrior two, second side. Arms extend out to the sides, fiercely gazing over that front hand. Inhale, straighten both legs. Align both feet to be parallel. And exhale, folding straight forward. And just letting yourself sway. Let's take another twist, but we're going to come back up. So let's come to parallel. Torso is parallel to the ground. Exhale. Then inhale, pushing into both feet. Let's come to stand. Let's come into a goddess squat. So pointing both toes towards the top corners of the mat, about 45 degrees. Exhale, squat down, goddess squat. Really strong through the thighs. Feel that like really squeeze the glutes and the thighs. And then place both palms on the thighs. Dip your right shoulder forward and pull the left shoulder back, gazing over that left shoulder. Inhale, come up. And then exhale, opposite side. So dipping the left shoulder down and rolling that right shoulder back. Inhale through center. Let's do one more on each side. Exhale. Inhale, center. And exhale, twist. Inhale the center. Inhale, reach both arms out, straighten both legs. And exhale, hands come through prayer at the heart center. Let's bring your feet together and walk to the top of the mat. Inhale, reach both arms up. Extend long. And then exhale, fold forward. And let your body hang here. Inhale, lift halfway. Let's exhale, plant the palms, step it back into a plank pose. You can modify by bringing your knees down first if you like. Otherwise, exhale, keeping your elbows in. Let's lower all the way down to your belly. And inhale, peel the shoulder blades back and lift the torso up away from the mat. Pressing your hips into the mat, pressing the tops of your feet into the mat as well. And exhale, push into both palms and come up into through table into a child's pose. And take a few deep breaths here. And your knees can be as wide as you like. They can just be where they were, hip width distance apart. I like keeping my elbows as wide as the mat and bringing my fingertips into touch. I find it brings me a lot of space in the upper back, allowing my shoulders to kind of float away from each other. Three more breaths here. Good. Let's push into the palms to lift your torso back up. Just sitting on your heels now. Take a moment here and notice how you feel. Now shift your hips over to extend both legs out in front of you. You can sit up on a cushion if you like. That's what I prefer. We're going to fold forward over straight legs. So extend both legs out. You can keep your knees bent a little bit if you prefer. Otherwise, you can keep them straight. Just don't like lock them out. Just keep them very micro bent. Uh, Flex your both feet, pointing your toes straight up. Kind of almost pressing your thighs down. Inhale, find length through the spine, maybe even reaching your arms up overhead to accentuate that. Then exhale, folding forward, guiding yourself over towards your knees, keeping the long spine. And on your next exhale, you can lower your arms and allow your upper spine to round. So rounding your chin in towards your chest, letting your head hang heavy. Really feeling this through the whole posterior chain, feeling it through the hamstrings, all the way up through the spine and the back of the neck. 2 more deep breaths in and out through the nose. Now press both palms into the mat to lift your torso back up, one vertebra at a time. Let's come into a twist here. So bring your left foot in. You can either keep your foot on the inseam of your right thigh, or you can bring your foot to the outseam of your right thigh. Either way, hug that foot in or that knee in with your right elbow, and then bring your left arm back behind you to twist open towards the left. Exhale, you can unwind, re-extend that left leg and switch sides. So right leg in, and then hugging that leg, bringing the right fingertips back behind you. Again, your focus is in the solar plexus area. This is where this stretch is happening, or this twist. Exhale, unwind. Bring the soles of your feet together to touch for a butterfly fold. We'll do the same thing as before. Accentuate this length by reaching the arms up overhead, reaching the crown of the head tall, and exhale, hinging forward from the hips. Taking a breath or two here. And then exhale, you can let your arms fall, palms face up, and allow the upper body to round towards your feet. Breathing deep. And flip the palms face down and push and then lift your torso very slowly back upright. You can keep your legs as they are if you like, or you can move into a cross-leg position. We're going to take eagle arms. So reach both arms out to the side. Exhale, bring your right arm underneath your left and hug onto your shoulder blades. You can stay here, stacking the elbows and lifting them slightly, or you can bring the back of the palms together to touch, or you can double wrap so your palms are together to touch. Lifting the elbows slightly, keeping the shoulders rolled down, and pushing the hands slightly away from the face. Maybe even dipping the chin, finding extra space between the shoulder blades. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, unwind the arms, reach them out again. And exhale, hug with the left arm under, right arm over. Again, either staying here with the elbows slightly lifted, coming into your eagle wrap once or twice. Maybe closing the eyes if that feels good. Just really tuning into your body. One more big inhale. And on your exhale, unwind, reach both arms out, and let them float into your lap. You roll the shoulders out. Or maybe making any other movements that feel good. Let's come to lie down in Shavasana, our final resting pose, to allow the body to recalibrate and accept the energy that we've tried to give it today. So extending both legs out, both arms out to the side, palms face up, and allow your body to melt completely, almost as if you're merging into the mat. Coming back to the breath and visualizing again the fire at the solar plexus, burning and fanning that flame with each breath, and allowing it to warm the entire body as it spreads out. This beneficial flame of will, of confidence. We'll take 10 deep breaths here or so. Notice if there are any areas of tension in the body, make any micro adjustments you need to make yourself feel completely comfortable so you can fully relax and melt, allowing the prana to move through the body. 2 more deep breaths. If you're ready, you can start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Make any movements that feel good, maybe rolling out the wrists, reaching the arms up and out. And gently roll over to one side, planting your feet down, shifting the hips over and rolling over. And taking your time, and just push yourself up to take a seat. And take a few breaths here with the palms face up in the lap, closing the eyes again. Notice how your energy feels, any shifts in the body. Let's seal this energy by pressing both palms together to touch at the heart. And from this place, give yourself gratitude for coming to the mat today. I'll close our practice together by chanting Om. You're welcome to join if you like. Take a big exhale. Inhale deeply to chant Om. Om. Dip the chin and gently blink the eyes open. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this class and would like more chakra classes, you're more than welcome to join me in my free 7-day chakra healing program called Reclaim Your Sovereignty. It is completely free. I've got yoga classes, meditations, journaling prompts, and deep dives into each chakra over the course of a week. You can sign up in the link in the description, and I would love to see you there. And in the meantime, if you liked this class, please leave me a comment. Let me know which chakra class you would love to see on this channel next. And I will see you soon. Namaste.